From 4 News Now, with live updates throughout the day, breaking news as it happens, and weather every 10 minutes. This is KXLY+.
Good afternoon. For 4 News Now, I am Rob King. Today is a weather alert day, so we want folks to be as safe as they can be when we have inclement weather like this, and to bring in someone who could explain it much better than I ever could. Here is Chief Meteorologist Kris Crocker. Kris, how are you doing? I'm sure it's been a busy 48 hours for you.
It will be a busy week. I feel like we're trying to pack a whole winter's worth of weather into one very chaotic week of weather, and certainly very chaotic right now. Anytime I can hear the roof rattling here in the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Studio, I know the winds are in excess of 35 miles per hour, and we have had winds as high as 55 miles per hour this afternoon. Here's a look at some of the current winds across the region, and actually Pullman has increased up to 54 mile per hour gusts. We will continue to see these very strong winds through the afternoon. They will slowly taper off. By about 10 o'clock, we'll be looking at gusts in the 35 mile per hour range. And then by tomorrow morning, will be calmer, but still breezy. A wind advisory for the area is in effect and will be in effect. In the week, Rob.
Yeah, Kris, is it that the winds bring in that cold air, or are they just kind of two separate events that we happen to be hitting?
You know, it's the cold front, that is that cold air pushing in, is what is picking up the winds. Yes, and we have a series of systems that are coming in, bringing another round of cold air along with them. So they are related. As two dissimilar air masses come together, we get that pressure gradient, and it's going to be one after another. But right this very minute, we are in the strongest of the winds, not only today, but through the rest of the forecast. Winds will be lighter, is what I'm trying to say, but they'll still be an issue, especially in terms of just human comfort, not necessarily damaging winds, but you'll feel it when you go outside.
Well, we have had some damaging winds this morning. I mean, we had breaking news in the morning show of downed power lines and trees, roadways, semi-trucks getting jackknifed. So these are some hazardous conditions that people have been seeing.
That is correct. And we have blizzard conditions still over the Cascade passes. Travel over the passes is being strongly discouraged, even though it has not been snowing in Spokane. In fact, we had snow-covered roads and sidewalks when I left the station last night at 11, and then the rain and the wind melted that down to the studs. There's no sign of the snow we got last night. It is still snowing in the mountain areas. In fact, if you bring up the radar, you can see where we're seeing the snow. Just that this radar happens to cut off on Snoqualmie Pass, but you can see up around Stevens Pass, and then over the passes of the Central Panhandle, we're still seeing that snow. We have it's a snow shadow, not a rain shadow, with this system, where we see in the upslope areas we're getting the precipitation, but in the valleys staying dry, and that's going to continue to be the case. We'll have the chance of some hit and miss snow showers over the next 24 hours, but accumulations will be insignificant. We have a better chance to see a little bit of measurable snow on Thursday. Very light, fluffy snow as that cold air continues to settle in.
The fluffy snow is nice, but coming with it towards the end of the week is another hazard. It's going to be dangerously cold. We're forecasting some days in the single digits.
That is correct. Now, there is still a fair amount of uncertainty with the exact numbers, but this is the latest thinking is and you'll see these change over the next couple of days, because when we're talking about temperatures this low, there are many little micro phenomena that happen to impact them, especially with the overnight lows. We are talking about the amount of moisture in the air, the amount of wind, the amount of cloud cover. All of those things come together to impact that overnight low temperature significantly. So you will see that change as those smaller scale features come into focus. But what is not going to change is the fact that it is going to be cold. We have weather alert days for both Friday and Saturday because of that dangerous cold. And as I mentioned earlier, a little bit of breeze to go along with that is going to make it just that much more uncomfortable.
And is this the kind of weather that people should just not bother going outside?
You know, I am a fan of always going outside, no matter what the weather is. Just make.
I was trying to get us the day off work. Come on,
no,
Kris.
No. Just make sure that you're prepared. In fact, I have my heated vest on right now that I wear when it's cold outside. It's not on, but the thing with wind chill is you want to make sure that you have no exposed skin. And when I say you, that goes double for your little ones as they head out the door to play and to go to school. Excuse me, with that wind, my nose is running a little bit. When they go out to outside, make sure gloves, hats, scarves over their faces, so no exposed skin in that kind of cold. Bundle up. We're inland Northwesterners. We're pretty tough. And so a little sub-zero wind chill, as long as you're prepared, shouldn't keep you from going about your daily routine. But if that's not your scene, if you're from California and haven't quite acclimated, then maybe you should call in sick.
So it's been kind of an unseasonably warm winter. It's been dry. We haven't gotten a lot of snow, certainly not compared to last year. Is this or it might be too early to tell, but maybe as cold as it's going to get this winter?
I would say the odds are, especially since we are in an El Nino winter, which are historically warmer than average, that we would have this little phenomenon happen and then get back to the business of having a typical El Nino winter. Our long range models, in fact, I haven't looked at the latest since I've come in today. Let me just take a quick peek. Our long range models have been showing a trend toward not as cold, looking out 8 to 14 days. And so I think that is a fairly safe bet that once we hit bottom at the end of this week, then we'll start easing back into a more mild winter pattern.
Well, there's a positive and a negative to that. I have missed some of the snow. It is pretty to look at.
It is pretty. And doggone it, it only lasted for less than 12 hours.
I woke up this morning very much anticipating having to brush my car, and by the time I got out there, you wouldn't have even known.
That is exactly what happened in downtown when I left the station last night at 11:30, 12. It was, this much snow everywhere. Roads were icy, but already the temperature was starting to warm. It was getting above freezing, and that just continued through the overnight. So
got it. Well, Kris,
I said last night on the news, we're going to get this much snow, but measure fast because it's not going to stick around.
Yeah, but like we say, it was nice to look at least for the time we had it. Kris, I want to thank you so much for your time. Kris will have a full forecast coming up tonight in 4 News Now at 5 and 6. Kris, is there anything else you want to add?
No, Rob, but thank you. And bundle up. I know you have a great big warm coat, so I'm not worried about you.
I got the fur collar and everything. I'm ready to rock.
Good.
All right. Thank you, Kris.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, Kris will have more details, the latest weather information up on 4 News Now at 5 and 6. Also, it's a great time to download the 4 News Now weather app. That is where you can see live radar, all the latest weather information, especially in a tumultuous time like what we're seeing now in the inland Northwest. But that's it for me for now, live in studio. I'm Rob King for 4 News Now.